Welcome back to Bravo Breaking News. I am your host, Kim, aka Bravo Breaking News on Instagram. And guys, we have an update on Jax and Brittany's split. In case you missed it, last week I did post a video regarding some rumors that are swirling around Jax and Brittany's relationship. As we all know, their new spinoff, The Valley, is set to premiere in just a couple weeks. And Jax has took to social media to post some interesting photos that have led fans to believe that they had potentially split. However, they did address the rumors on their podcast this week when reality hits, and I'm going to get into all the details you need to know, as well as some interesting new posts that are leading fans to believe that maybe something is going on. I'm going to break it all down, but before I dive in, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any Bravo breaking news. So in case you missed it, there have been a lot of rumors going around about Jax and Brittany. Jax was recently in Canada for a promotional event, and he was posting some interesting pictures with his publicist that were, in my opinion, a little too close for comfort. Jax did take to Instagram to shut down the rumors, saying that nothing was going on. And this week, they took it one step further by addressing the rumors on their podcast. In this TikTok video, Jax and Brittany are setting the record straight about the split. But it may be leaving more questions than answers.
Like, marriage is hard and people go through ups and downs all the time, and it's completely normal. Sometimes people might need their space, sometimes they won't. But I just think that the media takes things and runs with it without knowing the true facts.
First of all, Brittany basically says that she needs to address the rumors. She's not going to stay silent, but she does admit that, hey, marriage is hard and sometimes couples need to take time apart. Now, there is more to this part of the story, but I will get to that in just a few minutes. But first of all, yes, she's not lying. Marriage is hard. You go through ups and downs. But her saying that sometimes couples need to take time apart is a little bit of a red flag if you ask me. She also shares that this is in no way a publicity stunt for their new show.
And I just want to make one thing clear, and that is that my life is not a publicity stunt for anything.
Because this is definitely a rumor that's been going around. We know that Jax tends to be a little thirsty. He tends to do a lot for attention. He was in the news all through Scandival talking about Tom and everything like that, only for him to make up with the Toms just a few months later. So we know that Jax isn't afraid to maybe, do things for publicity. However, Brittany denies this being for publicity, saying that she would never do that to her relationship just for publicity. So if there is something going on, that does prove it to be true and not for publicity. She does share a peek into what we will expect on The Valley too, saying that there have been a lot of changes in everybody, the whole cast's relationships and lives throughout filming of the show.
We filmed The Valley months ago, months and we're super excited for this to come out. And there's been so many changes that has happened in every single couple's lives, every single couple on the show.
Is this potentially saying that we'll see some of this go down on the show? Are Jax and Brittany not in a good place, and will we see it play out in this new season of The Valley? I don't know. I mean, this part of the podcast was likely to shut down the rumors, but in my opinion, her being so vague about it and not really giving us straight answers definitely leaves us wanting and thinking and speculating more than we already were. She did not shut down that they were not together, even though they are still filming podcast episodes together. I mean, let's be real. That's a big reason to think that they are still together. However, there has been some posts on social media this weekend that have led more and more fans to believe that something is up. Before, we were speculating that Jax and Brittany were potentially living separately. And this weekend, Brittany has posted several photos of her living in a house that is definitely not the one that she shares with Jax in the Valley. These posts are taken from a separate home. It seems like she's been living there for quite some time. I don't know if it is a friend's home or something that she is renting. But, in this TikTok clip, she does say that sometimes couples need to take time apart. And the fact that she is intentionally posting photos that are obviously not in the house that her and Jax own together is kind of a red flag if you ask me. It kind of seems like they almost want us to speculate about their relationship. Because if there was something going on and people were speculating about you living separately, you wouldn't really take to Instagram and post photos that people would definitely know are not your home with Jax. So while I don't think this is for publicity, I do think that something is going on with Brittany and Jax. She does not give us a straight answer on the podcast, which only creates more questions, does not give us any answers.
I'm not going to touch too much on anything else, but definitely no publicity stunts are happening here.
And definitely gets us talking about them. I mean, the whole point of a show is to do promotion and get back into the news and, become kind of a reality star again, which Jax and Brittany have kind of, taken a back seat to in the last couple years. But the fact that there are rumors swirling and they are addressing them, but not giving us any answers, I think goes to show that something is up. While they have shut down a lot of the speculation, I do think that we will see on this season something play out about their relationship. I mean, let's be real. Jax has definitely not been faithful in the past. And I don't know, did Jax screw up once again? It is highly likely, even though, we've seen a softer side of him. He's become a dad. They seem to have been living a very normal life in the Valley over the last couple years. But I wouldn't be surprised if maybe Jax did do something and Brittany is trying to see past it. She did see past it the last time. Will she try to see past it again and stay together for the kids? That's definitely a possibility. We also saw Jax this week filming the Vanderpump Rules after show with Tom and Tom, because we do know that in episode 8 of Vanderpump Rules, which is coming up in just a couple weeks, we will see a transition. Like we saw from Beverly Hills to Vanderpump Rules, we're going to see an episode transition from Vanderpump Rules to the Valley with Jax. And I think we've seen a scene with him in the trailer talking to Lisa Vanderpump. I have a feeling that is part of the transition. So he's beginning to do press. He's beginning to kind of come back into the fold of Vanderpump Rules and the whole Bravo TV family. So I don't know. I do have a feeling that he wants to remain in the news. He wants to be talked about. They want their show to do well. So I do think that there is some strategy here. But Brittany kind of shutting down the rumors that this isn't just a publicity stunt, I think it may be proof that there is actually something going on. And while she may not want to admit it, they do want to drum up a little bit of news for the show. So that is my theory. Let me know what you guys think. Have you heard the rumors? Do you think it's true? Do you think it is a little sus that Brittany is posting from a home that is not her and Jax's? Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and make sure you guys subscribe because I will be breaking down more headlines and Bravo breaking news.